Mr. Williams, a 72-year-old man, had spent his entire life in the bustling streets of New York City, but his small apartment on a quiet street felt far removed from the constant hum of city life. His life, once full of noise and laughter, had quieted over the years. The apartment was modest but cozy, with old photographs on the walls, dusty books on shelves, and a wilted potted plant sitting on the windowsill, the only reminder of a past full of life. For Mr. Williams, time was no longer measured by the calendar, but by the soft ticking of the clock on the wall. His wife had passed away several years ago, and his children had long since moved abroad, busy with their own lives. His world had shrunk to the confines of his apartment, his routine as predictable as the rising sun. Each day was a cycle: make tea in the morning, sit by the window and watch the world pass by, and listen to the faint hum of the radio, which seemed like a distant echo of better days. He rarely spoke to anyone, and the silence of the house was a constant companion. But one morning, everything changed. As he opened the window to let in some fresh air, he heard a faint noise, a soft whimpering. He peered out and saw a dog lying by the trash bins in the alley below. The dog was emaciated, its fur matted and dirty, and its eyes reflected a deep sadness, a mix of fear and hope. The dog looked as if it had been abandoned for a long time, but something about its gaze struck Mr. Williams. There was a longing in those eyes, a silent plea for help. Without thinking, Mr. Williams grabbed his cane and carefully made his way outside. "Hey there," he said softly, his voice gentle but firm. The dog flinched, taking a few steps back, but didn't run away. Mr. Williams could see the animal was scared, but also curious. "Come on, boy, it's all right. I won't hurt you." Slowly, the dog approached him. Mr. Williams knelt down and offered a small bowl of milk he had fetched from inside. The dog, cautious at first, lapped up the milk greedily, as though it hadn't eaten in days. Mr. Williams took the dog in, wrapping it in a towel to warm it up. The house, which had been so quiet for years, now felt different. The sound of the dog's soft breathing, the rustling of its paws on the floor, and the faint whine as it snuggled into the corner of the living room, it was as if life had returned to the apartment. He named the dog Olive after his late wife. Her eyes had been just as dark, just as full of quiet understanding. In the days that followed, Olive settled into Mr. Williams' home. She followed him around the apartment, her presence a silent comfort. She didn't bark at him or demand attention, but there was a constant companionship between them. She would rest at his feet as he sat in his old armchair, and at times, she would sit by the window, staring out into the world. It was as though she was waiting for something, or someone. Mr. Williams couldn't understand why, but the longer she stayed, the more he began to guess. The family, it seemed, was the same one now, searching for Leo. And somehow, fate had brought Olive into his life. She wasn't just a stray dog. She was the missing link to a past he hadn't realized he'd been part of.